Hello, Mom. As you know, we had some funny streams in the basement before. I just want to, I guess, ask some questions. So I want to first thank you for doing this. I know this is a fan favorite for my YouTubers. They really look for this for a while now. So I just want to say, what goes through your head with my loud voice? Even growing up, have I always had a loud voice?
You were very dramatic, Matthew. You've always enjoyed expressing with your dramatic
sense.
Yes.
Maybe a little over dramatic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to say,
I just picture you up on the fireplace doing the Three Little Pigs.
When I was younger,
yeah, you were pretty dramatic, Matthew.
Yeah,
telling your stories.
I remember when I was younger, Mom. You would try to get me into plays. Remember you said like there's this play going on in a city, a couple cities over. Maybe you should try out for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I didn't do it because I was actually shy. But I think I regret not going actually and being in it now. Because it would have got me. I can't sing. It wasn't a musical. Were they musical? I remember one of them was Dorothy and Working with Witch of the West.
Yes, I think they were musical.
I'm sure it was. So I have a question. So, what do you think that what's your thought on it's just a game? That that expression and of course maybe talking to strangers online, messages. From what you hear, trash talking in the basement, swearing.
I don't mind you.
What are your thoughts?
Okay, I don't mind you expressing yourself like you do with your sports or your gaming, whatever it may be. But your mom, how I raised him, right?
Mm-hmm.
I taught you to have a clean sense of talk.
Yes.
Use your...
Please, thank you.
No trash talk. We call it trash talk. If you have to cuss, people will enjoy listening to you if you do not cuss. And what was the other thing too? Yelling. Well, I think you could bring it down a little bit, and you'll still get your point across.
Right, for sure. Basically, another question of mine is saying what do you feel about other players and how they don't set a good example for us? As in, what happens if someone gets on there and I'm sure you heard it before, right? Where someone else initiates.
Well,
so the best thing is just to block and move on, have a good day, and.
Yeah, I would just ignore it. Don't respond to it. As a parent, as a teacher, I just think there's too many violent videos, people cussing. It's not a good example for little kids. We want our kids growing up having good role models. You can have fun, without being aggressive and using foul talk.
So another question is I know sometimes you use the expression, "Hey, you're like a monster," or you feel like this game is really getting to me, and
you let it get the best of you.
The best is what it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And basically, what do you think is the future for? Because I think, Mom, you can agree, video games are getting worse over time, as in time spent on them for kids.
Mm-hmm.
So, in your eyes, there's no right answer. What do you think is the future, or can you give advice for future parents out there for limiting their kids for video games?
Monitor. And
because, Mom, I know when you were younger, you made us read a half hour to go on video games in the Wii. Because in my elementary days, my generation, we had to, the Wii, 360, PS3 were the biggest ones out. Then in my middle school era, I was in 8th grade, that's when the Xbox One and PS4 came out. So when we had the Wii in elementary, it was still a newer system. It was in 4th grade. So what age do you think that kids should be really starting video games? Or again, you said monitoring, so maybe like an hour a day, homework comes first. What comes to your mind? Future parents maybe out there.
Well, actually, if kids are going to use it at a very young age, like early elementary, even preschool, I think, you know, it needs to be limited. Like you're saying, maybe have them do something creative, play, go outside, play, have fun, and then maybe have some downtime and play a nice video, like even educational videos out there they have, you know, that are good for kids, that are exciting. And then as you get older, yeah, you have to do the same thing. You have to limit it. You know, you have to do your homework. Well, your homework comes first. Right. I always told you, homework first. But you can have fun. But it's not good for your health either to do too much gaming.
Not at all. Not at all.
It's not good for your mind. It's not good for, you know, you need to get out there and exercise and socialize in person.
Right, and plus for me, from of course a first-person YouTuber, I gotta say, the biggest thing is that love the game, have fun with it, but don't become addicted. And I know that sometimes, you know, when I'm out school or on the bus, bus or home, you know, sometimes I'm not constantly, but sometimes I'll check my phone for updates in the game or things like that. And you know, those are some symptoms of closely being addicted to the game. You know, everywhere you're at, school, here, there, you know, you're always constantly checking what comes out that day, or what's this, what's that. You know, when you're in school, you're in school. You know, when you're with your friends out there, you know, don't worry about Mudhead. Don't worry about, you know, what's going on in the game or this, that. You know, don't watch other YouTubers. You know, if you're out there with your family, be with your family. Or the camera is getting a little bad there. Oh shoot. But like basically, like when you're with people, you know, be with them. You know, don't worry about, you know, don't have your mind on Madden, or you know, we're in Madden mode or this, that. Because I know for sure we have a sense that we have to stop this at one point in our lives. And whether that be 44, 45, or 60, or even somehow maybe high school, you just stop because it's getting too much for you. At one point, we have to really just shut down video games, and it's a matter of when for you. And I think when you do walk away, even in careers, my mom can tell you, there will be a time when enough is enough. And so I just feel like people, from my perspective, for my advice, I know my mom's advice was limit it, don't let the game get to you. As a parent, she saw me rage all the time in my basement. I never broke anything, which is a good thing. I know you can say that for a fact, because obviously the next level of rage is breaking things. That's just being smart. You know, if you're raging, you know, don't, you know, target someone. I'm gonna come and do something to you. Don't break anything. For me, my biggest problem is swearing, and it's things that I can't control in the game.
And you never used to be that way. You
no,
were never.
No. I always got in the games, but I was never, yeah, so.
Lucky, calm, you know, so.
Yeah, I mean.
I noticed you changing, so that's, yeah. There's more to life than the video game. You know?
Right, sure. So, you know, like I said, my advice for people out there, future gamers, or you're gaming right now, you know, make sure you guys set a, you know, most of us are kids, probably at least 70% of us are kid gamers. 60 or 70% of us are. My biggest advice to you is this: if you're in college, you have a job. You know, if you're single, maybe just video game here and there. But if you're married or you have a job or college, make sure that you're probably very scarcely playing. Because I know for me, even as a YouTuber, I'm not gonna be as big YouTuber. I'm probably gonna be a smaller YouTuber, a couple thousand or whatever. Literally, I'm not gonna be playing. Even though I'm a YouTuber, I can't play like Xerxes. Xerxes is like 20, and he has thousands of these subs. But at the same point, my education matters more. So I'll probably make just one video a day or one every other day. But I can't be streaming like hours when I'm in high school. So enjoy what it is. From, again, end of the video here, my biggest advice to you guys is make sure you guys realize mind over matter. What can we control in the game? What can't we control? So in the future reference for me, what I can't control in the game, I'm going to try to accept the fact and go, oh, that was a fumble in football, I can't control that. It was a game simulation that I can't control, right? And then from my mom's point of view, as you heard from her, she basically said, Mom, are there any closing arguments? You want to say any concluding things? I don't want to sum it for you. You want to give them a concluding statement here?
It happens in real life, too. When you play
right, trash talking, sports.
When you make errors and that, it happens. That's life. You know, no one's perfect. You know, you're going to make mistakes.
Bounce back.
You just have fun with it. I mean, you can't.
Right.
As you know, you can't always win.
Right.
So.
Ultimate.
You know.
Right. So, I guess, again, that's something here, you know, guys, it's just a game. And I guess my goal is I'm going to try to change the person now. Because I know I'm 18 now, so I have to make adult moves now. You know, I can't say I'm just a kid. I can do this, whatever. So, if you're an adult out there, be careful. You know, don't go around there trash talking because you're talking to a little kid. You know, you want to set a good example out there of being an adult. I know I've seen all my streams. You know, I know, Mom, people will say the N-word. They say some bad things. They don't stream. You know, they say some bad things. You know, set examples. My biggest thing here is to wrap it up here.
Well, you know what word I don't like either.
The F word?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I think that, as many parents know, that was just so unheard of.
Back then. And then now it's just evolving.
Now it's just normal talk.
Like it's nothing. You know, it's common talk. You know, F that, fuck that, yeah. So, again, just to end it here. So, the biggest thing, guys, is that, you know, just mind over matter. You know, don't do anything you're not going to regret. And more importantly, this is how I look at it, right? So why is being an adult trash, you know, even 18, still an adult, why is doing, you know, trashing a kid a bad thing, right? If you go to work and you're an adult on Monday, right, the weekend's over and, you know, the big circle of people, they're talking to their lunch break. And they say, hey, Jim, Susie, Mary, you know, Allie, Nancy, you know, they're all talking, you know, they're all colleagues on Monday. They're adults. So what do you guys do this weekend? Jim, I went into, you know, rec center, worked out. Nancy, me and my girls went to Applebee's. And then there's like Steve who said, you know, I don't know, I went to my son's baseball game. And then can you imagine being that guy? You're not going to say it. But imagine if you were that guy, we'll say, I don't know, Brett. And you're like, yeah, I went on a kid's stream, said the N-word, and I swore, and I totally bullied a kid online. You know, if you're an adult, be an adult. Show a good example. And if you're a kid, I guess you're still a kid, but if you do it, just know what you're doing and try to fix it for next time. And just set a good example. Because again, my parents taught me well to be a good human being and to just be respectful to anyone in public or, you know, in games, having good manners. But for me, I have to admit, the video game is getting to me sometimes. And I have to limit that for my future. That's my plan personally. Again, Mom, any last closing arguments or?
No, I'm just happy to see that you're realizing how important it is, you know, to have fun and just be respectful while you're doing it.
It's a counterbalance, right? Mm-hmm. Have fun, and then just like teachers have to, you know, they try to have fun, but then there's always that time when it's like, okay, now we gotta start learning. Okay, so that's it for the video, guys. If you guys enjoyed, and we will see you. Yep. Thanks, Mom. Yep, of course. Yep. Thanks, Mom. So, let me know in the comments below what you guys think, and hopefully you guys can do what we said and try to limit your, I guess, just try not to be mean to people. You know, just be nice and make sure it's just the game. Okay? See you guys around. I'll stream tonight, and bye, guys. Have a great day. And again, you guys requested this on my channel at least, so from a mom's point of view, from a YouTuber, what she saw, because I know most YouTubers are adults, so they don't really, like, they're just home alone. But, of course, me raging or playing video games in my household, being a streamer in my household, everyone around me, you know, they see the best. They pretty much see it all. So, from their eyes, what they see, that's it. Sorry it's so long. I'll see you guys later. Have a great weekend, and adios.